I am Mr. Mainford Moyo, and I'm the school headmaster of Daisaku School. I've been here since 2002, which is about 12 years. The school has deteriorated since 2006, when Zimbabwean dollar lost its power among its other currencies in the world. So in 2006, we were only 3 teachers out of 7 teachers. Some teachers left for South Africa, others for Botswana. In 2008, only to 2009, only 2 teachers had to run the school, grade 1 up to 7. The parents could not afford to hire teachers. The Rural District Council, the responsible authority, said you can hire your own teachers. Then because of the resources, lack of the resources from the parents, we could not afford. So 2 teachers had to run the school. But as from 2011, we are now 4 teachers. And the 4 teachers, some teachers are running composite classes, which is very difficult for them. Grade 1 and 2, and then 4 and 5, and grade 6 and 7. The difference between a rural and a city school is that the government does not fund rural schools. Maybe because of the distance from the city, and that we have to look for our own teachers and send them to the district offices so that they can be hired there. If you don't do that, you don't get teachers. But in the city, most young ladies from colleges or universities rush up to towns where they can get good accommodation, good transport, and life is much better than here in the rural schools. That is why teachers are mostly found in cities than in rural areas. That is one different. And here you find that schools in cities, the government supplies them with furniture, and the school was built in 1952, quite too old. And the buildings are falling, especially the roofing is falling, and that. The classroom, we don't have furniture in most of the classroom, grade 1, 2, 3, up to 4. It is only in grade 5 and 6 where we have pieces of wood put together to assist the people sitting places and writing places. We don't have them. The children are just suffering, they are writing from the floor. And again, the shortage of resources, our grounds for sports, like football, netball, volleyball, basketball, we don't have those. That's because of our resources. The parents cannot afford. the extra money to build those sports activities. So children make sports activities in the school. And the other one, composite classes. Teachers here teach composite classes. The government doesn't give us enough teachers to teach grade 1 up to 7. What the government does is grade 1 and 2, they combine those, then we have one teacher. Then in grade 3, we have one teacher. Then in grade 4 and 5, we have another teacher taking 2 classes. Then another 6 and 7. But when you look at the syllabuses and the work that the teacher will do, it's too huge for him to teach 2 classes at the same time and come up with good results. Our results are not that good because of the composite classes at the present. We also have an ECD class for kindergartens. The teacher also combines class A and class B. Taking 2 classes. So we have 4 teachers taking composite classes, except the head who is teaching grade 3. So marking becomes difficult, and introducing some of these topics becomes difficult. Then school fees.
So just while you're on composite classes, so do you think that then the children at the end of the day do benefit from the teaching, since if you're combining 2 classes, how will they be able to judge which kid or class level is getting all the teaching benefit? So how do they divide?
Now from the research that we've done, only one class benefit, the other class doesn't benefit. They remain in the same grade the whole year. So they benefit the next year, like grade 1 and 2. The teacher will emphasize on grade 2, and the grade 1, they don't benefit that year. So when the 2 moves, then the other class comes in, then that grade 1 will benefit.
Okay, so basically the whole year, like grade 6 and 7, so the grade 6 will not learn anything the whole year.
Yes.
They'll just be sitting there following, and then the teacher just concentrates on grade 7.
Yes, that's true. Because he says the grade 7 is an examination class, we concentrate on the grade 7. And then leaves out the concept that the grade 6 class should cover.
Okay, so they just come to just sit in class and watch.
Yes, because some of the concepts at that level, they cannot attempt them.
Yeah. Okay, thank you.
Then school fees.
Yes.
Here, this place is quite a remote place. Most of the parents here are school feeders. Mothers are in South Africa. They forget about their children when they go there. They go there to look for a job, and they never come back because they don't have the correct documents that allows them to travel up and down across the border. So they go there, they go forever. And these children are looked after by their grandmother and grandfathers who in turn don't work. And this place is a drought place. They don't grow anything. Like this year, with nothing in the fields. These children are starving and that. So when they come to school, really they have problems to pay the levies. So they run up and down. They are sent home, going to look for money, they come back. Some even fail to get that little money to buy exercise books, which they buy and pens at school.
Okay, thank you.
So the next question is, what is the government funding? The government funding is not equal in rural schools and cities. It's like the government is looking closely to city schools where visitors from other countries come and see these schools, but normally they forget about the rural district schools. These were handed over to the rural district council, which does not have money as well. The rural district council doesn't get anything. The little money that we get, we use it here at school. So they don't have money to fund the school, like build libraries, buy library books, and even repair broken doors and window panes, as you can see. So children just learn like that.
Okay, thank you.
Now, in brief, why we need a new tripartite schools, we are trying to promote education in the community. You see, we are far behind the other places like cities, mines, and that. So if we get a well-developed school with teachers teaching to teach these people's grade from grade 1 up to 7 and Form 1 up to Form 4, we could have pupils in 10 coming back to work at tripartite, teach at tripartite, develop their community and that. So I think a new tripartite will benefit the community and the surrounding community as well.
Is that all you want to say?
So my request is if you could help us fund the teachers, build a new school for the community, and that I think we'll do our best, our results improve, community improve in terms of communication with big cities and that.
Education for free, food for free, teachers for free. So all these things are depending on over this child who has doing this for us. It's our daughter. Let's accept it, and then one day.
And the village head of Tripartite of Skawa village in the Ward 2, then the Ward 2. So there are about 5 schools in the ward. So Tripartite is the slowest school in the district. If I come to say in the whole district of Matoka. We don't have furniture. The teachers sit on blocks. They don't have chairs. Now the council itself, first it used to supply the furniture for the school, but the tripartite got only a little, not sufficient for the children. Our children are still writing, kneeling down on the floor, and I would say as from 0 grade up to grade 5, don't have furniture. Now, the buildings are so poor. They are not good buildings, but they don't have sufficient materials to support these children. We've got children, vulnerable children. We've got absolutely no parents. We've got orphans, and we've got real child-headed, who don't even get food at their homes. We used to get food from the near missionaries across the river, Chachana River. The Salvation Army used to do help, but as time goes on, they became tired. So as a bishop, I find it hard to preach the gospel to these people because they are stomach hungry. So we need help on those things. Now, as a bishop, I'm very much stressed about these children because there are mines nearby. So they leave schools when they are in grade 4, 5 because of funds. So they go to the mines to go and do gold panning. There are some business centers around whereby they sell beer. So it doesn't, make me feel happy about the children drinking beer and taking these drugs. So these two positions, they give me a burden. Being the head, the village head, all the cases come to me. Being the church leader, all the cases come to me. So that's what I can say about Tripartite, the driest place. So as for this year, there was no rain, absolutely. So people are very, very much starving. So we don't know what to do.
I'm an ECD teacher, ECD A and ECD B. ECD means early childhood development. I've got problems with teaching both classes. We're supposed to be 2 teachers, ECD A, another teacher, ECD B, another teacher, and I teach the composite class. I've got so many problems in my class. We don't have furniture, my pupils sit down. We don't have enough toys. We make toys by ourselves. They're not that beautiful, colorful. Pupils in ECD need colorful things, beautiful things, but we don't afford to have these things. And our classroom in ECD, we are supposed to have 7 play areas, and these play areas are not suitable for my pupils. I think we need so many toys to attract more pupils to come to our school. There are so many children I know in the area. They don't come to school just because of the poor things we have in our schools. In the play area, we don't have any. In the play center, there are no things to play with. We just have so few seesaws. They need swings, things like that as small children. And books. A few books, we have so few books, many children, maybe one book per 1 to 5 pupils, and the young pupils need food, and we don't have resources to give them food. They come to school hungry. At times some pupils collapse, and it's difficult to teach pupils like that. They come to school hungry. We have to dismiss them early. They miss some lessons because I wouldn't keep pupils for a long time. They are so young.
And what do you feel is difficult in teaching the combined classes? Do you feel there's a big strain on your skills as a teacher?
Yes, it's very difficult teaching 2 classes because they don't learn the same stuff. The 3 years to 4 years, they play, use toys only. Then 5 years to 6, they're supposed to be writing patterns, drawings, have some lessons, have some nature walks. When taking some people to nature walk, those little ones, I'll leave them alone. That's a big problem.
Okay. And do you feel that it is dangerous to leave the younger ones on their own when you go on the nature walks?
Yes, it is dangerous because there are some toys, small toys. Little children may take them, eat them, get choked. Or some things in my classrooms which are poisonous, like paints we use in art and craft. Some paints I make them by myself using tree leaves, ashes, coal, things like that. We don't have paint, real paint, or real brushes. I make them myself using sticks and feathers. So when I leave little ones alone, there's a big problem.
Okay, thank you. And also, do you feel that the new application by Nichiren Daishonin to build a new school, how do you feel that this will affect the teachers and the children?
The building of the new school, I think it will help a lot because I know the pupils, it will provide with enough toys, enough learning materials and aids, things like paint, colorful things for young ones, a nice play center to attract more pupils who are still at home. They don't feel comfortable coming to join us because they know things like that, no playing material, no what. So the new school, I know it will help a lot in providing with these learning things, toys for the little ones, furniture. Young ones come to school clean and smart. When they go back home, they'll be dead as if they were playing in mud or where. But I know the new school will provide with furniture and food. People have a problem with food. They come hungry, and we are supposed to feed them. The school or the community doesn't have enough money or sources to provide these young ones with food. I know the new school will provide.
For the wonderful warm welcome that you gave to Carol and myself.
Ngiyathanda ukuthi ngibonge ukusamukela elikwenzileyo ngezandla zonke zembili kuNoma loKhara.
Our hearts were touched by your enthusiasm and real genuine want and need for a new school.
Inhliziyo zethu zizwe ukuthokoza ngokuthanda kwenu isikolo esitsha eseDaisaku.
Thank you for donating the land to Nichiren Daishonin Trust as a gift in which Nichiren Daishonin Trust will own the land and the school on which it is built for the benefit of the children.
Siyabonga ngokusinika ipiece of indawo lapho esizakuthi laba abazokwakha isikolo bakhe isikolo leso.
A few important facts to note.
Okunye okuqhakathekileyo.
1. Nichiren Daishonin Trust's main aims and objectives are for the children of the village.
Abangani bethu laba babuye kuzokhangela abantwana be-village.
In terms of building and maintaining the schools and providing all the resources needed and
Bekhangele ukufundisa abantwana ukwakha isikolo lezindlu zamabalisi.
And all the resources needed in providing a free school and a free school meal for all.
Nakho konke ukuthi okufunakala ukuthi kwakho isikolo lesi esizafundwa mahara ngabantwana kusukela grade 1 kusiya form 4. Lokudla kwamahara.
The trust, as much as it would like to be involved in many projects,
Abangani bethu laba bazafuna ukuthi bangeniswe kuma projects amaningi.
but we at the present time the trust can only focus on one project at a time.
Kodwa kwakhathesi sizakhangela into eyodwa. Sikhangele ngesikhathi.
Yeah. And so later on we will be able to, funds allowing,
Ngokuhamba kwesikhathi nxa imali zivuma
other projects may be considered, such as dam constructions.
sizakhangela amanye ama-projects njengokwakha kwamadamu.
The trust would like to emphasize
Abangani bethu bazafuna ukuqinisa kulokho.
that there may be a long waiting period between applications and securing sufficient funding.
Kungaba lesikhathi eside simelele ukuthi izimali lezo zitholakala.
However, the trust will endeavor at all times to keep the key people of the village informed of the progress.
Kodwa bazabe sazisa ukuthi sebengaphi sonke isikhathi simelele.
I thank you all for your patience and look forward for a fruitful and long future with you all.
Thank you.
Pero and Mandela. We had a headmistress, Miss Nube. She tried by all means making some applications to improve this school, but she totally failed. We couldn't get any successful applications. So for all these years, we never had some improvement. I stayed here for 14 years. There was no improvement. Now today, we thank you very much for what you have come with to help us. This place is called Daisaku, and it is so dry. There is no rain, and we don't have food. And there are some old people that are keeping orphans, and we have no food. The chiefs, as you can see us here, we have cracking mouth because of hunger. The children come to school without food. Some children are at home because they can't manage to come to school being hungry.
So, ngizama ukuthi ngithini madala. I-development delay, lest we take it. Akula ngendlela, we should have to fight against the system. If the letter is being written, Mr. Moe, bring the letter in Striven and sign it. They will go with the letter, they're going to put it in the council. No problem. Isn't it right, Noma?
Right.
Fine. Thanks. We need you to use and capitalize the system of year for the people of year in hunger and in everything, for them to get more power to be benefiting through you.
Yeah.
We don't want to talk of anything again. And all other NGOs, you are the NGO for us and Carol. Am I right?
Yes.
We appreciate that one.
You're welcome.
Yeah, grade 6, they are still struggling.
Yeah.
But they've got another year.
They've got another year.
Yeah.
So basically, you are not teaching them grade 6 level, you're teaching them grade 7
Yeah,
level.
it's grade 7 stuff. Because we are preparing them for the final exam.
For grade 7. So the grade 6 suffer this year.
The grade 6, yeah, they are doing grade 7 stuff. But still next year, they're going to come back and do it again.
So they will never learn grade 6 stuff, they'll just always learn grade 7 stuff.
They learn very little of grade 6 stuff.
Okay. And do you think that's fair for them?
Not fair, but the situation forces us to do so.
Okay. So basically, these are makeshift benches for the kids to sit in.
Yeah. And there are 34. They have to sit six per row.
So you have 34 in the class,
Yes.
and you have how many benches?
8.
So 8 benches for 36 children.
And we balance them on stones.
And you're balancing them with stones.
They're
So,
not proper benches.
so basically, they have to write. When they're writing, how do they manage to write?
They have to. I mean, this is the table.
Mm-hmm.
They sit down on the floor, then they use this for.
I
writing.
see. So they're not sitting on the bench, they're sitting on the floor to write on these makeshift benches.
Yes.
I see, I see. So this is why you're saying they are dirty all the time.
Yeah.
Okay. And the floor is all got all these holes in them.
And look at this. And the thing. There's these small ants. What do you call them? Termites?
Oh, you got termites?
Yes.
Oh dear, so the termites are eating away at your beams. Okay. So this has happened this year, or is this all the time?
All the time.
Is Fata Nyati reciting a tripatoko. And I'm a miner just locally here at Leach in Mine. I have seen that a tripatoko have been undermined. Just amongst the whole world, tripatoko is a very poor school. Whenever one says he learns the tripatoko, it becomes as if he, is being undergraded by other locals or other school peoples or heads. Even if you are a teacher, if you say you teach a tripatoko, you become as if you are less privileged person, you see. But due to the fact that the school is, the way it is built, is not attractive. And then when it comes to teachers' colleges, it's very unhealthy, you see. So there is no other qualified teacher actually who prefers to come to tripatoko and teach them. As a result, it gives us a poor results when it comes to our children there. There are some poor results at the end of the time. So with this current school, if it's built, I know definitely it will be in a modern way, it will be attractive. So far, I've just going around with other people, so telling that we found. I've seen several teachers from other schools there. They've been asking me, they heard that we hope to build a new school there through your charity. And then I told them, we hope so. Maybe in future we might be having a new school. So they had a wish to come there, and they related that the tripatoko was poor, but if it can be built enough, most teachers will come down there. These are the teachers around other schools, hoping to come down to tripatoko. And the creation of this school will create more employment, you see. Even not to the teachers only. I hope if possibly there is a vicinity of the clinic within there, the general hands will be there. Even during on the course of this building of the school, it can be 1 year, 2 years time. I know definitely poverty timeline will be better because most people will be employed locally there. You see, and I understand if the school is built, it's free education, some meals there, definitely it will be better a school than other schools here within our ward. In a sense that most of our people here are poor. Most of the children just stay at homes illiterate just because their parents won't have much money to take them further for education. But if the school is provided with the free education provided, definitely every parent will be wishing his child to go further for upper level.
And the current school condition, do you feel it is?
The current school condition is definitely poor. We have tried our best. We have repaired that school several times. So it's a loss due to that there is a lot of termites there. Whenever we put a new plank, it just takes 2 months or whatever. We find that it's rotten, it's bucket. Whenever the wind comes, the asbestos are flown away. So it costs us a lot to keep on repairing a similar school. So it's wise to have a new school with new structures, maybe with not some planks as our roofing, but something like the iron bars and the like, which will stay longer permanently.
And so you feel that the new school will be a better improvement for the tripatoko community in terms of economy as well?
Definitely. I hope so. And it becomes, since I've just interviewed so many people, definitely all people is seeing that tripatoko is going to develop a lot. And definitely you'll find that when that school is built, some other shops there will be built within the vicinity because there will be teachers there.
Yeah.
Better professionals there. Definitely there will be creation of other businesses within Tripatalk, so it will change maybe to a better growth point.
Okay,
Yeah.
so this will be it's a long awaited progress.
It's a long-awaited program. We have it in plan, but due to our community which is poor and that condition of schools, we don't have some professionals within our community.
Yes.
Yes, once we have those professionals around there, definitely even the business community will change.
My name is Norman DeBelle. My mother died of cervical cancer when I was 1 year old. My grandparents in Tripatalk village brought me up. We had very little to eat, and at times when the crops failed due to the poor rainfall, we would go to bed on an empty stomach. I was sent to the Tripatalk primary school to start my schooling. The school was very poor, with no books or chairs, and I had to have my lessons sitting on the floor. My future was bleak, especially when I completed the first year without learning how to read and write. But I was lucky, being one of 7 children. My now deceased brother and sister worked together and put me through school because they believed that education was important. So this is why I set up the Sun Lotus Trust, because I believe that education is the way forward. Through education, these children can be nurtured into great leaders of tomorrow. The future of Zimbabwe is in their hands, for better or worse. The Sun Lotus Trust aims to build a primary and secondary school, which will provide the village and surrounding villages with free education plus a free school meal. Currently, children are suffering from malnutrition due to the failing rainfall, of which I can relate to, because I too, as a child growing up in this village, experienced going to bed with no food at all. There will also be a school nurse based at the school to look after all the children's health. This will be physical and mental, supporting these children with mental health issues due to trauma, perhaps caused by losing their parents at a very young age. This will then help support the children's learning and give them a better chance of success in their studies. There will be a system developed that all the children who attend the school will give back at least 10% of their earnings over a period of 5 years. This will be important because it will help sustain the school for longer term. The reason for the new school is due to the fact that the current school is in severe decay. The roof is made of asbestos. The beams supporting the roof are worn due to termites. The floors in each classroom have large cracks, which can be hazardous to children, especially the little ones, as they could easily trip. I am also very concerned about the asbestos, which may be a major health risk of cancer for the children as well as the teachers. I also discovered to my horror that not only do the children have poor chances of getting a better education, but that their chances are further shattered due to the fact that there are not enough teachers. There are only 4 teachers and the headmaster to provide education to 150 children. They therefore have to have combined classes, and each teacher has to teach 2 grades in one class. Richard Branson once said, "All young people deserve wise counsel. They need someone who can show them a future." Will you be that someone? Please support the Sun Lotus Trust in its endeavor to give each child in this village and the surrounding villages a better start in life.
These children will one day be the leaders of Zimbabwe. Will you be that someone who gives them a future? Thank you.
Thank you.